Hello everybody, welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and on today's video, abundance is your divine right and it's already yours. Got it. So here we go. Why do you in fact want what you want? You see, it directly relates to what reality as you is already doing. Because in a very similar sense, what you don't want, you don't want, because it's a reality experience of what reality is not doing. But here's the thing, what you want and what you don't want, the experiencing of what you want and what you don't want is exactly the same. So how can it be exactly the same when it feels so different? And as you can see, I am just contains all of those experiences right now. It only feels different because one of them aligns with your true self and the other one is aligned with the opposite of your true self. You see, but they both have to be literally output at the exact same place, in the exact same way. You see, reality is so infinite. It has a representation of what it is, no matter how you wish to express that representation, because you are only ever expressing what it is anyway. It also contains the infinite experience of what it is not, and can express that I am not this in an infinite number of ways as well. This makes sense if you always start from reality is simply infinite. That means no matter what I'm thinking, no matter what I'm feeling, no matter what I'm imagining, it's just coming forth from reality itself. However, none of that is reality. All of those are just experiences of reality. See, both of those experiences exist. Even if one says I am not, you can still experience it. And the other says I am, and you can still experience it. Why? Because it comes from the source of you as I am awareness. See, the mechanics of reality is that no matter what I want to contemplate, I can. And I can because it already exists within me. The entire phrase is the mechanics of reality, right? Whatever I want to imagine, I know that I can, I know it is there, I know it will unfold and I can experience it. And to bring it down a little further, what I am aware of is what I am. I just expanded it to show you the mechanics behind it, okay? Because you know this already. You know that no matter what you want to imagine, you can imagine it and be it. That's what reality is. It's you being what you imagine reality or yourself to be and being it. You do not need to know the entirety of reality or the entirety of whatever life you wish to experience. You only need to know that whatever you want to imagine, you will start immediately being it and imagining it. So if you want and start imagining what you want, as if it also existed in the experiencing of you having it, it starts to output that experience immediately, because the only thing it's ever been doing is actually outputting who you were being, who you were imagining yourself to be, who you are knowing yourself as. See, I know I make it sound a little separate, but reality did that to itself so it can experience itself. So no matter how I'm phrasing it, it's still reality anyway. Because this is all the expression of reality. It's not reality, it is our experiencing of the specific moment of reality. See, everything you are being is you being it right now without time to be it. Experience linearly as the identity comprises infinite frames, not just a handful. Look at this video. This video comprises of tens of thousands of frames, I would guess. Right? I'm not entirely sure how long it's going to be, but let's just give it a random number. You can't watch that whole thing instantly, but you know the whole thing exists for you to watch instantly. That's exactly what you are doing when you imagine something. You are imagining a film reel and you start being it and watching yourself be it at the exact same time. Now here's the thing. Why does it feel good to want what you want and experience having what you want? Because that is reality's nature. reality kept and keeps on creating itself in more ways, experiencing itself in more ways, more abundantly, being more of itself. So more abundance, greater experiences, experiencing itself at higher heights. That's what reality is naturally doing, because it's just being more of itself. More interactions, more traveling, more money, more wealth, more health, more love, more love, more love. Just the experiencing of itself in more ways. See, it's creating more and more love from the only thing that actually exists, love itself. God, source. But it's not creating more love, it's creating more experiences of that infinite love it already is. See, I am is infinite, which means it's done and also expanding more things that are also done. Perceiving itself to be not moving is the opposite experience of what it is actually always and has always been doing. So when you allow yourself to experience more love by being more love, you are reflecting or being your true self. You are reflecting the knowing of your true self, love. You are reflecting something that is what you are doing naturally, being love. That's the only thing God is being. That's why when you want what you want and you are experiencing having what you want, in the having of it, you are being reality naturally as it is. When you really just experience having what you want, you are being reality naturally as it is. Just being that. Couldn't be simpler. It doesn't mean you have a specific dream. It means whichever dream you specifically choose, you experience it in and as that version who knows their reality, going in the specific direction of unfolding and unpacking and experiencing. That doesn't even matter as long as you focus on knowing yourself as that dream person. That's the only thing that matters. Why do you think so many people live out their dreams and why so many don't? But it's all happening within you simultaneously for your specific experiencing of it. Now, why does it feel bad to experience what you don't want? To recreate the experience of not having. You see, the 3D form is not creative. This is not creating anything. It is creation. The movie doesn't make more movie. The source of it does. The next scene is determined by you, not confusing the appearances with the character you are choosing to be. Not wanting and not experiencing having is actually the opposite of what reality is doing. So when you are experiencing I don't want, I can't have, as in I'm not supposed to want this or I can't have this, you are going directly in the thought against reality. It also creates those experiences, but in the same way it created anything else. It just looks very similar to itself, to each and every moment of itself. That's why you think nothing is changing. But it's nothing more than the reality being that experience, where everything else seems like it's moving except you, but its output exactly the same, at the same speed, at the same flow as anything else, because it literally can't slow down and it can't speed up. It can only recreate that experience. If you imagine going from here to there, and if you just keep putting more frames that look the same, it'll seem longer. If you take some out, it'll seem shorter. But that distance from here to there is created by yours truly, you. If it could slow down and speed up what it is doing, it wouldn't already be perfect. And its perfection is the illusion of it being anything other than being perfect. But it is perfect. And here's the thing, when you don't want something, you are focused on the experiencing of don't want. But reality wants to just keep creating. It doesn't really care what you focus on, it's creating it, or calling forth that experiencing of it. It already has it. While this form does not create either, the I am you, it feels better because it's more toward who and what you are experiencing of it. But remember, the form doesn't create, it's you. So when you recognize I am the creator, the form stops mattering. you calling forth form in your awareness of what you desire. And when you experience I can't have, you are creating a separation from reality. And if that's not true, that's why it doesn't feel good. You're telling the imaginary split version of yourself, I can't have this. But again, that's going against what reality actually is. It's one singular being. There's no other reality, there's no other being, there's no other God. So when you are actually allowing those unwanted and unpreferred circumstances to exist, you are still going with reality, because reality just creates. It just bees it. So when you allow it to just be there and focus on the part that you actually want to experience, because that part is what you want to experience, because that wanting to experience is more mirrored and reflective of reality being infinite and infinitely creating more love of itself, that is what that reflection is. It feels better because it feels more like what you actually are. Even though you have never not been reality, you were just experiencing a version that was a reflection of what you are not. You are awareness telling yourself as awareness through a 3D creation of yourself that you can't have something you created. But you are the one that created the version of yourself telling yourself that you can't have it. There's no one else, it's just you. So, when you allow it completely, whatever's happening, just allow it, knowing that it doesn't mean anything. No part of reality prevents any other part because it's the same reality. It's perfectly unfolding. It's perfectly unfolding who you are. It's perfectly output from you. It doesn't mean those circumstances mean anything. It means it couldn't be anything else but perfect. So what is it perfectly unfolding from within you? See, focus on the version of reality you simply desire and assume, I am one with the entirety of reality. I am one with this moment right here. This is all true. And then do nothing but simply allow it to unfold, regardless of what reality looks like moment to moment, because that allowing is actually a reflection of what reality actually is. Completely allowing itself to be anything moment to moment, no authority to none. Expanding and creating more abundance of itself and being anything it desires to be without contradicting itself. Because it knows the contradiction is something it created to experience itself anyway. That's how it experiences itself, via paradox and contradiction. It has to experience itself as nothing to know that it is everything, being nothing. So if you are experiencing the contradiction of whatever it is you desire, know that it doesn't matter. You are still being that which you desire to be anyway, because you are reality being everything simultaneously. So put your focus and attention back onto knowing I am reality and I am all of it. This is my chosen life. Whatever you imagine and assume, I am that right now, and you know what that is. And whatever decision I, you, we, everyone makes as that version of themselves that they desire to be, it is as that person already. Because it's coming from your awareness of consciously choosing to embody and express myself, yourself, as awareness. In and as the specific moment of reality, you are recognizing I am everything. That's who I am, and that's all. And I am your host, Reese. This is Natural Reality with Reese. Thank you all for being here. Much love and much light. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following. Thank you for joining the TikTok page. Thank you for joining the Facebook page. Thank you for the emails. And I will see you all in the next one. Remember, just to close off here, truly, what you want, you have. The experiencing of having it is just you experiencing more of what you already created. Anything else is not reality. It is another experience of reality that inherently is coming from a thought that is not true. And I am who I say I am, and so are you.